name's Sam, and I've lived in Alfreton, like Nottinghamshire, all my life. I went to study university, specifically journalism, and I thought, I'm quite a mathy person anyway, I might as well do journalism. And I studied it at Nottingham Trent University, which was very close to my home, and I just really enjoyed it. I've loved it for the last 3 years I've done it. I graduated in July this year, and I got 2-1 in it. I did broadcast journalism, so that was more TV and radio and online, and I always liked doing radio stuff and TV stuff and the editing side of things. So in the future I'd love to work for beauty companies specifically, doing online campaigns, doing the editing for and doing social media videos, just anything where I can practical, where I can stick my hands in, get creative, because I just love being creative. I think that's because I'm dyslexic, I think that's kind of one of my strengths, being creative, and I just challenging myself, so I liked doing all the editing. Meeting new people as well was always a fun experience, hearing about their stories and that. I was having counselling, because I have anxiety. I was getting counselling for my anxiety, and I was getting quite upset at the time because I was getting lower grades than what I was used to, and I was thinking to myself, why am I getting these low grades? They kept saying to me your grammar and your spelling, and it just didn't make sense, and I was getting so upset about these. And it was my counsellor at the time that said to me, she was like, well, maybe do you think you're dyslexic, because a lot of people are dyslexic. And I filled in a sheet, and it was really weird at the time because I was marking this sheet off, and it said, can you ride a bike? And I can't ride a bike. And it was do you struggle with your left and right? And I do struggle with my left and right. And everything was coming to me, and I was thinking, this really does make sense. Anyway, I sent my form off, and they was we want to send you for a test with a professor and all this. So I went for this test, and it proved that I was dyslexic, and I was just it was a shock to the system, because I thought, I've had 20 years where I thought I was normal. I just kind of blamed myself for being stupid, and then it just all made sense. So from then on, I went to student finance, and I was I'm dyslexic, what help can you provide me? And so they put me to Clarion, and through Clarion I got a mentor, which was Amanda, and Amanda was there for me as a support mentor to help me with my essays and my work. So she would help me write them, she would give me guidance of how I can learn better, how I can structure my sentences better, how I can add more better words in from what I'm using, because I was always using was wrong. I was putting was instead of where, and where instead of was, and she was just helping me learn. And on my laptop I downloaded some it was a mind map. So when I was planning my essays, I'd have a mind map, and it was a spider diagram, and that would help me learn. I had a man on my screen that would read the text for me, so it made more sense in my head. I had something on my phone that I would take into my lectures, and it would record it all for me, so if I ever go and revisit it again, I can listen back to it. And all this equipment just really helped me out, because I discovered through my dyslexia I could read fine, I could write fine. It was my brain processing the information that I couldn't do, and I understood it then. When someone explained it to me like Amanda did, it just made so much more sense, because I'd be in a lecture, and you'd have the lecturer just talking all this nonsense, and I'd be what the hell is he saying? I don't understand it. But then when I went and visit Amanda, it just all made sense. It was she was a magical woman. I always say it was a blessing in disguise. Everything happens for a reason, and the reason I found out I was dyslexic was so I could find all this phenomenal support. If it wasn't for meeting my mentor Amanda, I don't think I'd be going into a new job as confident as I am. She's given me resources to help me learn. I brought an English book the other day, and I'm 21 years old, and someone buying an English book at 21 years old would be a bit mad. Just revisiting stuff and learning again just makes your brain just tick a bit more, and think I can learn again. And I've got so much more confidence now. I used to go to uni lectures and skip in, and I'd just be so anxious because I just didn't understand. And now, like, when I first visited Amanda and we was writing my dissertation, and I had to do about 3,000 words, and I had to describe my dissertation, what I was going to be doing it about. That was the first time I visited Amanda. In 3 sessions we sent my essay off, and I got a first for it. And I've never got a first before when I was at uni, and I was sobbing, and my friend was like, "Why are you sobbing? You've done so well." And I was like, "I'm not sobbing because I'm sad. I'm crying because I'm so happy, because I never thought I'd get to this point." So today I'm graduated, I'm a graduate, and I don't think I would have got there without the support I received. Clarion was really good because they sorted it out for me straight away. I was worried, who am I going to choose? Am I going to like the person that is going to be visiting me? Am I going to get along with him? And then I was put into contact by Student Finance to Clarion. And straight away I contacted them. I was like, "Hi, I'm new to this. I need a support worker to help me." And they were like, "We've got it sorted for you. We'll send you Amanda's details, and she will email you." The next day, Amanda emailed me, and she was like, "Do you want to meet up here?" And then I met up with Amanda, and she was there on time. And every time Clarion would message me, "Is it all going okay?" And I'd be like, "Yeah." And they really did support me. They wanted to make sure that I was okay. And they really do care about the individual they're helping. And I found the service really easy to work by. And the appointments, so send me an appointment via email, by my phone, and save it to my calendar. And then if something did come up where Amanda was unwell, they'd contact me straight away, and they'd be like, "Sam, this has come up, we can't do this, but we can rearrange it for you." And I was like, "That's fine." And even when I've graduated, they've congratulated me on my graduation. They've said, "Hope you're gonna do well," and they was like, "Please stay in contact." So they really are there for you, and every step of the journey, they're taking on board what you're saying, and they're very viable to feedback. They want to know if they're doing okay, and they were such an easy service. Because I never really researched into dyslexia. I didn't really know anything about it. I know my dad and my sister was dyslexic, but we didn't really talk about it. And then when I did find out I was dyslexic, I was like, "Oh, this all makes sense now." And I've got 3 sisters in total and a brother. And I was talking to one of my other sisters about me getting diagnosed in that. And when I was talking to her about the symptoms and what I thought I had, it was clicking to her that she might be dyslexic. So when she started university last year, she went for a dyslexia test straight away. And she's very similar to me. We're both very alike, and it proves that she was dyslexic as well. And she was 28 years old. And so me and her being together, both finding out we're dyslexic at the same time, has really helped, because we have a little group together now, and I found out other different dyslexic people, and I found a community of other dyslexic people, and it's been nice because we've all got different symptoms of what dyslexia is, but it doesn't make me feel any less confident being dyslexic. It makes me feel stronger, because I've coached for 20 years not knowing, and now I know it. It just, everything clicks. And I did a documentary for my dissertation, and it was on dyslexia, and I met so many individuals with dyslexia. And it's just amazing to see it doesn't matter who you are, even if dyslexia does affect you. Finding out as dyslexic does not hinder me. It makes me a better person. And I look around the room sometimes, and I think there's so many intelligent people, but you don't know what they're suffering with, and they could be dyslexic. And I've met some of the smartest people, and they've told me they're dyslexic, and I'm like, "What, really? You're like me?" And they're like, "Yeah." But not everyone's gonna go and "I'm dyslexic," throw their hands up in the air. But I think we should be doing that more. We should be saying, "I'm dyslexic and I'm not ashamed of it." I want to campaign for say dyslexia is more understood, because I think that's one of the problems. It isn't understood. I think I could have been diagnosed much earlier if it was more understood. Because me and my sister both suffer with our brains processing information not the same, and not many people would realise that's dyslexia. Most people assume it's reading and writing, which it's necessarily not. I've met a lot of people who are dyslexic and they can't read and they can't write, but then there's other people like myself who their brain just doesn't process information. They have short-term memory loss. So it's all aspects of that, and it's meeting that community where you realise there's so many people that are different from each other but are all dyslexic. So yeah. When I first met Amanda, she made me put strategies in place to help me learn. So the first thing she said to me was that make use of the resources you've got from like Clarion, from like all the other agencies you've got, like from like what I've downloaded on my laptop. So I did. I like used the mind maps all the time. I made sure like I recorded stuff on my phone. And she was like, just make a plan of what you're going to do every day and make sure you study. Like spend time on studying, because you're going to have to study. Like she did say to me, you're going to have to study that 10 times harder to understand it, but you'll learn it better and like you'll grasp it more. And she said to me to practice my writing, and the more I practiced, the better I understood something, the better it became. She said to me, get some like literacy books and read more. She said to me, read more, and I thought at the time, I was like, read more, I don't read. And then I started reading, and I just started reading books like that interested me. And the more I read, the more like the grammar I understand, like where they put full stops, where they put like speech marks. I just like incorporated that in my mind, and then I understood it because they was using it. And I feel like Amanda would speak to me as well and ask me how I'm feeling, and I think that was really nice. Like she would be like, are you feeling okay today? Like, because she really did care about me. And I was like, well yeah, but I don't really understand this. And like I was a bit more vocal with her about things I didn't understand. And I think it's always good to say to someone if you don't understand something, because then she would explain it to me. And even if it took her 5 times to explain something, like she would explain it. And like the more like she would speak to me, the more I'd understand. And then in the end, when we was typing and was on the laptop, she'd be like, Sam, your writing's coming on better. And like that's just like one of the best compliments to hear, like you're improving. And when my writing was coming on better, I was getting more confident. And she said to me, like, she did say to me towards the end, she was like, I don't even think you need my help anymore because you're getting better at writing. And I was like, I do need your help, Amanda, but like, thank you. And like now I feel like a butterfly, like I'm spreading my wings and like I'm getting better at like learning. And like I always read now. I always make sure, even if it's reading like on Wikipedia, if I look at it, I'll understand it. And like I'm more of a visual learner. Like I don't really learn if someone tells me, and if they do tell me, they have to tell me about 20 times so I can remember. So like she said to me, like watch more YouTube videos to understand stuff. And like I've just learnt so much stuff, and it's just not for that. I only had it for 1 year. It's not the stuff that I just remember for the year. I like continue remembering and using, like, and it really does come in use. And I feel like I've put myself down for so long because I used to blame myself being stupid and like just not understanding it. But then there was a reason why I didn't understand it, and it was because I was dyslexic and I just didn't understand. And like sometimes it's okay not to understand and just speak to someone. Like, and now I feel like if I don't understand something, I'm confident enough to say I don't understand it, and I will hold my hands up and say like I don't get it. Like, will you explain to me? And I feel like if they explain to me, I'll just come out on the better end, and I'll be like improving myself. And I'm always improving, I'm always looking to improve. But I just feel like I have reached my full potential. And like when I got my graduation, I was wearing that robe. I just thought, this is to Amanda as well, because she's helped me get there. And she actually came to my graduation, and it was just nice seeing like my mum and dad so proud of me, because I got to where I want to be. And I don't think I could have done that without the support I received. So yeah. What's next for me is I'm starting a new job, and it's a new challenge. And if this was me about 3 years ago, I'd be very nervous. I'm like, oh, I don't know what I'm going to do. I can't like write properly. I can't speak properly. Like, I'm not going to process things the same. But I'm very confident starting it, because like I don't see my learning disability as a disadvantage. I find it as an advantage. And I'm quite confident going in. I'm quite confident saying like I don't understand something, and this job does provide me training as well. And like even if it takes me a year or it takes me a day, like I will get there. I'll get to what I need to be. And I'm just going to carry on learning. I'm going to carry on like editing, doing all my journalism stuff behind the scenes, because it's not something to give up. And I'm really excited for the future, because I love a new challenge and I love taking something on. And I wouldn't be like that like a couple of years ago, I wouldn't be in that, like, I wouldn't be so confident. But now I am, like, I feel like I can do stuff now, yeah. If you are starting university and you do have these doubts, please go and speak to someone. Even if you think you're dyslexic and you turn out not to be, like, it's still a challenge to, like, look into. And always ask for help. Like, if I didn't ask for help, I don't think I would understand, like, some of the essays I was doing. And, like, talk to your friends. Your friends are your biggest supports, like, because you're not necessarily going to have your family with you at uni. Like, your friends are going to be there for you, like, they're going to be the shoulders to cry on. And if you're having doubts, talk to them and ask them for advice, because most likely you're doing the same course and they're doing the same, like, sort of similar essays to you. And just ask them, are you doing something similar to this? Like, just always talk to your family as well, even if they're a phone call away, like, or even if they're down the road. Just talk to someone. Like, I think if I didn't get the support I received at university and I just blamed it on me being stupid, I don't think I would have, like, found out I was dyslexic. So really do just go and get the support. Yeah. I want to thank Clarion for providing me the support, and I also want to thank Amanda as well for just making me better as an individual and me better as a person. So now I can walk into any room, whether that's a job, an event, and just feel confident, because it wasn't about learning that made me more confident. As an individual, I feel more confident because I used to put myself down so much, and I think it's really bad for your well-being if you continue to put yourself down so much. And being dyslexic isn't a bad thing, it's an amazing thing, and I just want more people to feel amazing about it. Even though I don't understand some words and I can't, like, if I write a sentence and it's wrong, or, like, even speaking sometimes, like, I can't speak properly, I get my words, like, tangled. But, like, I don't hesitate and think for a second, oh, that's really bad, Sam, you shouldn't have done that. I just think, oh, well, move on, that's me, it's what makes me me. So, yeah, I want to say thank you to all the supporters.